Hi, welcome you to another episode of Effective Communication for Empowerment. I'm very sure you must have already started implementing the first two mantras. As we said in the beginning, a research based outcome is there in the video, rather, the series. And out of the four factors we've already discussed, two, you remember that? Openness to feedback and knowing what you say. Third one today, ability to express. Now, ability to express is a factor which has got several sub-factors. Uh, First set of sub-factors could be overcoming hesitation, anxiety, stress, and having confidence to speak. You must be already knowing that this set of factors, sub-factors, is very, very crucial. We would definitely address this, like in case you feel that yes, you have got issue of anxiety, hesitation, stress, low confidence, then in one of the episodes we are going to talk about that. Right now, other factors, for example, language. If you're not comfortable communicating in a particular language, this may render it difficult for the other side to understand. Not just this, even if you are knowing one language but you don't have a command, you get stuck sometimes. So, having command over language, at least one, and then if you could develop command over different languages, nothing better than that. Moreover, uh, within this factor, there is a sub factor, another sub factor, and that is your vocab. You might have experienced this, if not in your own case, might be in other cases, that people get stuck for an appropriate word. In Indian context, we often talk in Hindush. No, not English. English is Hindi English mix. We often talk in Hindi, Urdu, and English mix. Hindush. So this happens because we are not habitual of speaking in particular language, and that's why if we get stuck in a particular language, it might be because of an appropriate word. So we need to build a vocab. If we could do that, it would certainly help. Otherwise, we would end up saying something like this. There was a senior officer in Delhi Secretariat, very senior officer, and then because of the politics, somebody was trying to make a move from that position, and she said, "I'm not nickeling from here." There's nothing like nickeling, no. But then we often do this, so we need to work on a vocabulary, and then we must also start working on a pronunciation. I have heard many Hindi speaking people saying this word as pronunciation instead of pronunciation, and there's a problem with lot many words. Even in my Toastmaster club, people actually pull my leg for my accent, Hindi accent. I'm from a government Hindi medium school, so people say, Pankaj, it is not bathing, it is bathing. Oh yeah, yeah, I'll keep in mind. But then old habits die hard, so I'm trying to correct myself. I would request you also check for it, learn the right pronunciation. Just like that, neutral accent, the originality gets reflected. If I'm a South Indian, I may speak English like I'm not going a. Good thing is these days youngsters they don't do that, but then traditionally people used to do that. Just like we Hindi-speaking people, when we talk in English, our accents are altogether different. It seems that somebody is talking in English in Hindi. Typically, I say and I quote, "Hindi में English बोलना." So we can refrain from doing that. So check for a neutral accent. Sometimes we get stuck for low content, and for that we must work on our knowledge. So one must read as much as possible. Develop a habit of regularly reading something, and particularly your domain. And then mm, another important aspect, and that is the non-verbal part. Again, in non-verbal, it's a sub-factor. Within that, there are several other sub-factors. So nonverbal broadly too, the body language part or the visual part and the verbal part. So in visual body language, that is eye contact, face expression, hand gestures, posture, and other than body language also in visuals, and that is appearance. In vocal, it's vocal segregations, that is non-fluencies. So work on fluency, work on the pitch variation, work on the audibility. Sometimes the speaker is not audible properly. So these are the factors one must take care of. As far as the entire non-verbal is concerned, I would suggest that see, these are the problems we do subconsciously, we do unknowingly. To bring in the corrections, we must start working on them consciously. So if you get a feedback about your non-verbals, that okay, Pankaj, your face expressions are not up to the mark, your hand gestures are not up to the mark, I can start working on them one by one. Initially, I can start with my hand gesture, that okay, I'll have supportive hand gestures, and then other aspects. So all the non-verbals we can do that. Alternatively, we can record ourselves and watch on the screen. So that would also help. That is the non-verbal part, and then there are several other factors. For example, sometimes somebody would speak, you wouldn't get anything, and this guy is having problem of clarity. He doesn't talk clearly, and the clarity is sometimes either in his delivery or in his content, in his thoughts. So to bring in clarity of thoughts, one must develop the habit of writing. Unless you have clarity, you won't be able to write. So when you compel yourself to write, you develop better clarity of your thoughts. And then delivery, you need to work on your language, you need to get the feedback about it, and then bring it certain corrections. So these are certain factors as far as ability to express is concerned. Lot many people get the feedback that they are introvert. I believe even if you are introvert, nothing wrong in that. Only thing is, whenever it is required, you must speak. And I have seen, I've worked with thousands of youngsters in my training programs, particularly communication skill and public speaking training. I've seen that it's not that introvert people are, not talking at all. They are generally in their comfort zones, but then if required, if compelled, they come and open up. So even if you are an introvert person, at least make it a point that wherever required, you at least open up with people. You at least make it workable for you. So work on all these sub factors, and certainly your communication skill would be more effective and would, that is how, empower you. So with that, from my side, that's all in this particular episode. Keep watching. We'll be talking about one more factor in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and you're going to share it with your friends, particularly if you want to give them this message. So, thank you for sharing yours. See you soon. Bye bye.